Good afternoon. Buenas tardes y bienvenidos. Welcome to the Cleveland Metropolitan School District's Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School Commencement Ceremony for the class of 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of 2023. Please stand. Welcome Board Member Denise Link, CEO Gordon, Chief Stockdale, parents, friends and relatives, teachers, advisors, counselors, administrators, staff, our friends from Argonaut and United Airlines and CMSD, to the third commencement ceremony of Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School. At this time, I would like to invite Ortez Littlejohn to the stage to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Oh, Lord. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, in liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing and welcome Hunter Black on the guitar to play the national anthem. Thank you, Ortez and Hunter. Everyone, please be seated. It is my honor to welcome you to the class of 2023 commencement ceremony. My name is Tim Jones, and I'm the principal of Davis A&M. I'm very happy to have you here on this beautiful afternoon in Cleveland as we celebrate the achievements and closing of a chapter for this amazing class. Joining me on stage today is Eric Gordon, CEO, Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Kevin Stockdale, CFO of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Denise Link, board member of CMSD, Michelle Rothbaum, Curriculum Instruction Specialist at Davis A&M, Tiara Biggers, the Dean of Student Engagement at Davis A&M, and Drew Ferguson, the CEO and founding partner of Argonaut. At this time, I would like Captain Ferguson to join me at the podium to introduce our keynote speaker.
So our first speaker today is CEO of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Mr. Eric Gordon. Mr. Gordon was part of the founding team at Davis A&M. When this effort began in 2010 to open the school, we were told that it wouldn't be possible, that the Davis idea had been brought up before and didn't succeed. But with Mr. Gordon's arrival, the school took flight. His direction and unwavering support of Davis A&M is what enabled us to open the doors to students interested in aerospace and maritime. His commitment to the success of Davis was felt in years past and is felt today here at the third commencement of the Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School. To mark the sentiment of his speech, Mr. Gordon will be giving his last address to our graduating class as the CEO of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. As a token of our gratitude, we would like to first present him a gift before having him speak.
Now, you know they know me well when I can get out of a suit coat. So good afternoon, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters, cousins, friends, and family. Buenos noches, buenos dias, mamás y papás, abuelas y abuelos, tías y tíos, hermanos y hermanas, primos, amigos y familiares. Felicitaciones a la clase de 2023. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Students at Davis A&M know this about themselves already, but for your friends and loved ones here, these seniors that are seated here today, those that participated in our Maritime portion of the program, have performed more than 70 rescues, assisted more than 300 large ships in the harbor and Cuyahoga River, have collected tens of thousands of pounds of trash to clean up our waterways, and have collectively logged more than 1,000 days at sea. As a class, these seniors have given back to the community as well. 10 of our seniors have logged more than 100 hours of volunteer service, and one senior has logged more than 1,000 hours of volunteer service. Our seniors were part of launching Davis A&M's first robotics team, which took second place in the state championship in its second year as a team. These students also use their skills at Davis to design and manufacture prosthetics for other children locally and internationally. We currently have 4 seniors actively pursuing their FAA private licenses, and 1 senior completing his FAA Part 107 drone license, and several participating in aviation operations and maintenance internships. These aviation students have contributed to improving the aviation programs at Davis for future classes as well. And among all of the accolades, we also have a number who have chosen to serve our country in the military with the U.S. Navy, U.S. Coast Guard, U.S. Army, and U.S. Air Force. And that's just a little about this class. You heard from Captain Ferguson that this is my final graduation season as well, so I'm graduating with the class of 2023. But you may not know that I actually came to Cleveland in 2007 before you even began school. And I became your CEO when you were in first grade. And so I have had the pleasure and the honor of watching each of you grow up, literally your entire school career, of visiting preschool and kindergarten and primary classrooms, of visiting as you went into middle school and your K-8 schools for those who have been with us the entire time, of visiting you as freshmen and then watching you on Zoom in the end of freshman and most of sophomore year, and then getting to see your junior and senior year as well. Anyone who knows me knows that I talk about my kids, my 36,000 kids, and that includes you. And so my few remarks today are going to be directly for the class of 2023. I'm going to ask you to do just a couple of things as a small way that I can give to my kids before you head out these doors. Family and loved ones, first of all, congratulations to all of you for the young men and young women that are here today, and to your families. This is going to be audience participation, so get out your phones because we're going to have a great photo opportunity. And in a few minutes, I'm going to ask you for your help as well. So, scholars, if you would, stand up and turn around to face the audience for me, your friends, your family, your loved ones. And I'm going to give you 2 directions, and I want you to do what you hear. I'll give you the first, then I'll count to 3, and then I'll give you the next. And family and friends, when I count to 3 and give that second direction, that's when you're going to want to take your picture. So students, if you would start by just raising your right hand as high as you can reach it. Your other right hand. So high as you can reach it, great. And on the count of 3, I'm going to give you the next direction and just do exactly what you hear. On 1, 2, 3, go higher. All right, turn around and have a seat. I'll tell you what they just saw. I asked you to raise your hand as high as you could reach it, and everybody had their hand up, figured out your left and your right. And then when I asked you to go higher, all of you went 6 inches taller. So there must be something going on. We'll get to it in just a minute, but let's do one more thing. This time I want you to close your eyes. So if you can still see me, your eyes are not closed. And I want you to listen to the next sound that you hear. And I want you to keep your eyes closed while you listen for it. And friends and loved ones, this is what they need to hear. Get up on your feet and celebrate this class of 2023 that is about to go out these doors. These are your babies. These are the 5-year-olds with no teeth you sent to school. Take the roof off this hangar now. Come on. Make them hear you. That's not a bad start, but we're not in the suburbs. We're from Cleveland. Come on now. There you go. I don't think they heard you on Lakeside Avenue. Come on. I love it when a speech writes itself. So why did we do this? Why did we do these two things? Look, I just read incredible things about you, about this class. And yet I know that there are some of you sitting here today that didn't think you were going to make it, that thought, I'm not going to be able to pass that last class, get those final credits, pass that OST, get that seal, log those hours. I can't do this. I've done my best. I'm not going to make it. Worse, I know that there are people not in here, but out there that have told you that you should not be here because you're black or Hispanic, or because you're a woman, or because you've experienced poverty, or because you went to a Cleveland public school. But here's what else that I know. They are wrong. This diploma that you are about to pick up is the same diploma that every student in the state of Ohio is picking up in June of 2023. Yours is not different than theirs, it is not less than theirs, and in fact, most of the diplomas don't come with flight and maritime hours. Yours does. So as someone who literally thinks of you as my kids, that I've watched grow up for your entire school career, I wish I could stand here right now and take from you that you would never doubt yourself again. You would never question again whether you're going to meet your goals, you're going to achieve that next thing. I wish I could make sure you would never again have somebody try to tell you that you don't belong in this school, that you should not have that job, that you should not live in this community, that you should not love that person you love. I wish I could take that for you. But you know and I know, haters are gonna hate. So instead, the next time that you start to doubt yourself, or worse, the next time somebody dares to try and stand in your way, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to remember what it not just sounded like, but what it felt like to hear that love pouring over you, that cheering for you, that celebration of you. And then I want you to stand up. I want you to reach as high as you can, and then I want you to reach higher. Congratulations to the class of 2023 of Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School.
Thank you, CEO Gordon. We are truly thankful for all you have done for Davis and the CMSD communities. Davis A&M class of 2023, and parents and families and friends, you've heard me say over and over what a special group this is. Right, all the accolades that have been poured on you by Eric Gordon and by Captain Ferguson and by your teachers and senior advisors and parents and friends over the past few weeks as we've closed out our senior year. You've made us so proud, and you have really shown us as educators, I speak for the teaching staff, I'm sure, but you've shown us so much about what kids are capable of. And you've helped us raise the bar for what we expect out of young people, and it really has been a pleasure being your principal for the past 4 years, and I'm really gonna miss you. The City of Cleveland is fortunate enough to partner with Say Yes, providing wraparound support to the children in our community and providing scholarships to college students. The Davis graduates who were awarded scholarships are noted in your programs. At this time, I would like those seniors to stand now to be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Our next speaker today needs no introduction. It was his passion and dream that brought this school to life and brought our two organizations together to develop a school like no other in the country. If he's not out in the community supporting the mission of Davis and Argonaut, he's taking students out on the water to engage them in maritime activities, or in a plane, teaching students how to fly, or simply coaching students on how to navigate through some of the toughest decisions they may be facing. Please join me in welcoming Captain Drew Ferguson again, CEO and founder of our partner organization, Argonaut.
Good afternoon again, and welcome families, friends, faculty, staff, our partners, all of our Argonauts, and of course, our graduating class of 2023. I'm honored and humbled to once again speak to the third graduating class of Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School. This class, above all others, embodies what we envisioned when we created this school. As a firefighter, a pilot, a mariner, I knew what I wanted, and now I see it in this class. You have done more on the water, you have achieved more in the skies, and most important to me, you've given back. You've used the knowledge and tools gained at Davis Aerospace and Maritime to make the school better, to make our community, Cleveland, better. You've raised the bar, and you're making a difference in this world. As CEO, obviously, I want to thank all the people that are behind these efforts. We have United Airlines, Port of Cleveland, a phenomenal board at Argonaut, a phenomenal board with the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. But most importantly, you've got families. I have met more families in this class than I have, and I want all of you to turn around and applaud your families for all that they've done to get you to where you are. As you move on from Davis, I want you to remember that this is still your family. You've gone from student to alumnus, but you're still an Argonaut. The impact you've made while at Davis will continue, and we ask that you don't forget where you came from. As our lifeblood is united, and the members and your staff that you see here, you too will be absolutely critical to the future of your fellow students and Davis students to come. So again, congratulations. Thank you for all that you've done for us. Thank you to your families for entrusting us with your children. And we are all forever Argonauts. God bless. Congratulations. Again, building on the thanks to United Airlines, I'd like to welcome John Wiedela, the Vice President of Technical Services at United Airlines, to the podium to present the United Airlines Legacy Award.
Thanks, Drew, and thanks, everyone. Distinguished guests, parents, and classmates. I'll tell you something, as I stand up here, some of you know I have a daughter that graduated this year. My eldest graduated, so to the parents, holy cow, what a year it was to get to this point, and everything that went into it from when they were little kids and bringing them to this point. I mean, it's just an incredible feeling that I had when I was there. And as I look out of the audience, I'm sure all of you are so proud of your sons and daughters that they've made it to this point. So I want to recognize the parents. And can we please give the parents another round of applause? As noted, my name is John Wheel. I'm the Vice President of Technical Services with United. I've been with United almost 31 years now, just past 31 years. And I am a native Ohioan. I was born in Cleveland. I have family that grew up in Ashtabula and Chardon. My grandfather on one side was a dock worker. He took barges up and down the Lake Erie with iron ore. And my grandfather on the other side was a meter reader. And as I like to say, we grew up poor. We couldn't even afford the R. So we didn't have much. And I'm going to get to a message to the students here in a second. But I'm absolutely honored to be here. And as I look at these programs, as much as you've gotten to this point, we need you. We've hired, as an airline, 2,400 pilots and over 1,000 technicians. We have a lot, and these are good jobs, really good jobs. There is a huge need from an industry standpoint. And I think it was mentioned that your diploma is every bit as good as anybody else's. I'll tell you something, the grit and what you kids have, my money is on you guys. Okay, I think you guys are going to do absolutely great things. And when I think about it, you're the last kind of group that really was in the heart of COVID as a high schooler or going into high school. So there's a lot that you've been through. So to get to this point is amazing. And I hope that you all take a moment and look back and recognize what you've done. As we were sitting here, talking before, I was reminded of a conversation I had with a friend of mine, that whether we were talking about our children and talking about, we both enjoy a level of success. And part of that was, well, did you get lucky? Were you in the right place at the right time? And our conclusion was no. That our conclusion was that success is where preparation and opportunity meet. And you've all proved that by being here. You were prepared, and you got to the point where you had the opportunity to graduate. And I don't believe that things are luck. I will tell you some things for certain. The opportunity will come. There'll be a point where somebody's going to come at each one of you, and if you're prepared, you'll be able to take advantage of that, and you will find success in your life. So if I can leave you with one thing, I think that's, from my humble opinion, I think you just need to be prepared, be willing to step up, because that opportunity is going to come. I think being here, you've all proven that you took advantage of the opportunity to be in a very elite group, in my opinion. And again, my money's on you folks. So, getting to the point of the award, this year's recipient is a young woman, and at age 16, while at Davis, she actually, before she was 16, well, before she had her driver's license, she was able to get her pilot's license. And you talk about that, intersection of opportunity and preparation. Phil Griffith, a very dear friend of mine, was, on social media somewhere and saw this individual and reached out to Davis. And that's kind of how the whole thing started. That's really, why we're here, was because of this this young lady. So it's really cool to be awarding her. As if her academic successes weren't enough, she was a breakthrough in many ways. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, I'm going to read my notes. When you get old, they put your notes in really big font, everybody, because they don't want you to have your reading glasses. You're allowed to laugh, okay? Anyway, she, only 5% of the pilots and flight engineers are women today, and less than 10% of are African American of the pilots. So, we're working hard. We've got Aviate, and we're really targeting the groups that have been underrepresented in the past. And the reason is, it's not altruistic, it's not to fill stats, is we want to draw from a larger population. There's a lot of talent out there that doesn't have the, whatever it is, $120,000 laying around to be able to pay for a pilot's, to be able to get a pilot's license. So we're providing these academies so we can get better and better pilots, we can be more safe and more compliant. And we need folks like you. So anyway, this individual's continued her learning journey. She's at Tuskegee University in Alabama. She's majoring in political science and pre-law, which I also think is great, that you can take your degrees and, if you're studying to be an engineer, you could turn around and be a lawyer. I've got plenty of lawyer jokes, but I'll save those for later. But I think any of these careers, what you're learning is how to learn, and will give you that launching pad to do great things. So for her, I think the sky's the limit, and I'm certainly absolutely honored and proud to be presenting this award. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the 2023 United Airlines Legacy Award, please welcome to the stage Sydney Marie Flowers.
So as a note, when you're an alumnus and you've been notified to show up to graduation for a special award, you show up. Sydney Marie, I do not see present yet. Oh, she's 5 minutes out, of course. For those of you that know Sydney Marie, it's very important for her to make an entrance every time. Unfortunately, her entrance into the social media world and introducing Davis A&M is what caught the attention of United Airlines. So we will present this award to her afterward. But I do really want you to, A, see this beautiful award that will be presented annually to outstanding alumnus. But B, when you see her, say thank you, because she was one of the first to carry on and really sell what Davis A&M is. And your class is the next one that's going to go out and tell the world about Davis. So thank you, everyone who put this together. We'll present this shortly afterward. Sorry about that. She's 5 minutes late. You want to hold on to that and give it to her?
Yeah, I'll hang on to it.
Thank you, John and United Airlines. We will now have our first student address to the class of 2023. The title Salutatorian is given to the second highest academic achieving student in a class. It is my pleasure to introduce our salutatorian, Florin Gargarita.
I first want to say thank you to all my family that couldn't make it today. I know they're watching, but I love you guys. Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, special guests, relieved parents, and of course the students before me today. My name is Florian Gargarita, salutatorian of this year's graduating class. I am honored to be speaking in front of you all and would like to welcome you again to the Davis Aerospace and Maritime Commencement Ceremony of 2023. These last 4 years have definitely been ones to remember, as we faced many challenges along the way. Most recently, that looming decision of what we want to do with the rest of our lives, whether that be college, trade school, the military, or entering into the workforce. Now let's reflect on what helped the best damn class successfully graduate. One of the biggest factors in completing this milestone is our family and friends. Whether it be those long nights at the dinner table, doing math with your dad he hasn't done since 1995, or those weekends with your friends that helped you recharge and relax. All those moments, big or small, contributed to us being the graduates we are. One of the most character-building moments being picking up trash in the river with Captain Hall, or riding in the rescue boat with Captain Ferguson and Casbaum. Whether we realize it or not, we're creating a chosen family. I also wanted to give out a shout out to my chosen family, my baseball teammates from John Marshall. They all contributed to me and them playing in the championship game at Progressive Field. Those are my people, and I'm grateful for them, and I can't thank them enough. Let me now address the elephant in the room. Our greatest challenge no one ever anticipated, COVID-19. I don't want to beat a dead horse with this, as I'm sure no matter what I would say, it's been said a million times before. But it was definitely a setback for many of us. Not only did it impact our education and grades, but it definitely impacted our social circles and our extracurriculars. Is that a bird? Those 2 years of online and hybrid classes had a massive impact on our high school experience, which sometimes goes underestimated. I think it's deserved to pat ourselves on the back for what we were able to accomplish during the pandemic. We also cannot forget some important people that were involved in our high school journey. I wanted to recognize our amazing principal, Mr. Jones, our dedicated counselor, Mr. McCain, who definitely made sure we kept up on our due dates, as well as all of our wonderful, hardworking, and caring teachers and staff. All of whom push us to be our greatest selves every day and give our greatest effort in everything we do and strive to be. They've given us all the tools and advice in the world and read us the blueprint to life as best as there is one. Now it's up to us to use the knowledge they've bestowed upon us to pursue our dreams as strongly and willfully as we wish to have them come true. Finally, let's have one last applause, and I think they deserve one, to our dedicated parents who made sure we had all the resources necessary to walk across this stage today. Last but not least, I had one more thing I wanted to say. This is to the students. Even though I and many of the other students have missed days due to college classes or other opportunities, I want to say thank you. You all have been great friends, mentors, teachers, and all of the above. And thank you for putting up with my sarcastic, willful, annoying, and irritating persona. I also wanted to say you're welcome for putting up with yours. I love all of you. You made this last year easier than it should have been. Hats off to you all for pushing through it all. Good luck in your future endeavors. Our futures begin today.
Thank you, Florin. The title Valedictorian is given to the highest academic achieving student in a class. It is now my pleasure to introduce the class valedictorian, Gabriel Leonard, to address the class of 2023.
It is my pleasure to welcome students, families, and staff to graduation day for Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School. It is my honor to deliver the commencement address for this talented group of students. Over these past 4 years, we have had many ups and downs. We've experienced triumphs and tragedies, victories and defeats, but through it all, we have persevered. As freshmen, we came in not knowing what to expect. We had many fears, such as meeting new people, trying to find our identity, or getting lost on the RTA bus. But we adapted to our new environment and quickly realized that Davis was a place we could call home. Just as things were going smoothly, the whole world shut down. When the pandemic started, no one knew how long it would take. We continued the rest of the school year on Google Classroom with virtual office hours. We started sophomore year in remote learning, and I sure did enjoy staying in my pajamas for class. We struggled with the unknown: internet connection, attendance, and motivation to stay engaged, especially at a time in our lives when so much relies on social interaction. Through it all, we learned more about our learning styles than ever before. The world was isolated due to COVID, and we felt the most isolated as teenagers. As time went on and things started to open back up, many rejoiced when we were able to come back to school at the end of our sophomore year. The return was still filled with an adjustment period, along with a strange look every time someone coughed or sneezed. If you were absent for any reason, everyone assumed you had COVID. The summer after our sophomore year, it seemed as if the world was getting back to normal, but tragedy struck, and we heard about the devastating loss of Mr. Pink. Our hearts were broken as we mourned the loss of such a positive person and mentor to many of us. I don't know about you, but I still miss Mr. Pink yelling at us to tuck our shirt tails in. Junior year was our first normal year of high school. We had a lot of work to catch up on, and it was challenging to return to a full workload. Despite the schoolwork, we had a lot of fun on field trips, participating in after-school clubs, and we finally got to let our guard down just in time for senior year. We spent the last year making plans for after high school, preparing for college, completing applications, writing essays, and answering thousands of questions about what we wanted to do with our future. Even though our senior year has been challenging, it has been filled with accomplishments and incredible memories. We became a family. Our crews merged into one cohesive group. We know who we can turn to for help, and we've accepted everyone for who they are. In our Davis family, we know who we can turn to for help. We know we can support each other, depend on one another, communicate openly, and respect one another. We will always be part of the Davis family. On that note, I'd like to take a minute to say thank you to all who made that possible. There's too many to call by name, but I would like to emphasize a few. First, Mr. Jones. Thank you for being the backbone of Davis. Your work behind the scenes to navigate the unknowns of COVID and remote learning without a manual will forever speak volumes of your ability to lead. Thank you for sacrificing your time and energy to make sure we had everything we needed. Next, I would like to thank Captain Ferguson and the entire Argonaut team. Thank you for providing opportunities in aviation and maritime. Thank you for being a mentor to many students. Thank you for dedicating your career to giving students the chance to explore new experiences. Thank you for believing in us. Mr. Hatfield, please join me on stage. On behalf of the senior class of 2023, I would like to present you with the Impact Award. We created this award to be given to someone who exemplifies honor and respect with the ultimate goal of having a lasting and positive impact on others. You led our robotics team to the first Robotics Ohio State Championship, where our team came in second place. You provided mentorship, guidance, and an overall example of a leader. You ran after-school tutoring and clubs, and most of all, you truly cared about our success. Your energy and positive enthusiasm helped us get through the day. You had a positive impact on student morale, motivation, and success. Please give Mr. Hatfield a round of applause. Profe Corey, please join me on stage. On behalf of the senior class of 2023, I would like to present you with the Captain Award. We created this award to be modeled after a ship or plane captain. This award is given to someone who leads by example, has a positive influence on others, and is known for being courageous, consistent, and caring. You became a second mother to many of your students. Thank you for checking in on us when you felt something was off. You made the success of the seniors your #1 priority. Thank you for planning our senior events, trips, and leading the student council committee. Your kindness and compassion has impacted all of us. We will always love you, even though you made us turn on our cameras during remote learning. Please give Profe a round of applause. Thank you to the entire staff, administrators, and teachers. You have given us guidance, support, and encouragement. We wouldn't be here without you. Students, please give a round of applause to all the Davis staff. On behalf of the senior class, I would now like to thank parents, grandparents, guardians, aunts, uncles, mentors, and all others who have supported us through our educational journey. Whether it was providing rides, helping with homework, modeling hard work, encouraging us to do our best, or yelling at us to clean our room for the 10th time, we appreciate your love and support. Students, please stand and give a round of applause to show your appreciation to your families. Students, as we prepare for our future, I can't help but look at the past and remember all of the lessons learned at Davis that will help us to be successful. Whether you recognize it or not, you have developed many life skills that will benefit you in the future. You have learned how to face your fears of connecting with new people and trying new things. You have learned how to be adaptable, flexible, and how to use new technology thanks to COVID. If you're here today, you've learned perseverance and determination. You've learned time management skills, communication skills, collaboration, creativity, integrity, and even swimming. Some of us have learned how to build boats, use 3D printers or laser cutters, while others have learned how to sail while ensuring safety on the Cuyahoga River and Lake Erie. So go out and use these skills to make our world a better place, whether that be in college, trade school, the military, or the workforce. Never stop challenging yourself to learn and grow. It doesn't stop here. No matter where your path leads, remember that you always have a home at Davis. I'm a proud graduate of Davis A&M, and I'm even prouder to be a part of this community. Not everyone has a passion for flying, but I have no doubt that everyone will soar to new heights in the future. The sky's the limit. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Florin and Gabe. We are so proud of you. Two summers ago, Davis A&M experienced a tragic loss. Our Dean of Engagement, Marzelle Pink, passed away while saving a young man from drowning in the ocean in Myrtle Beach. Mr. Pink was a mentor to our students and an inspiration to our entire community. Today, we honor one of our graduating seniors with a Pink Award to commemorate the lasting impact of our beloved dean. The recipient of this award has demonstrated excellence in building traditions, doing things without being noticed, and remaining humble. Presenting the Pink Award is our PCIA, Mr. Rivera.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. It is my honor to present the award named for my friend and compatriot. Mr. Pink was one of the best men that I've ever known. In everything that he did at Davis, it was evident that he was building a strong foundation for our community to grow on, modeling and living what it meant to be a good, complete human being, instilling and nurturing the competitive and cooperative spirits that have helped everyone to be here today. I got you, bro. I must have heard him say it to our kids a dozen times daily, with a smile on his face and the support that was needed, be it a snack, a kind word, a push in the right direction, or a belt to keep your shirt tail tucked in. This year's winner of the Pink Award embodies all that energy right down to the delivery. I got you, bro. Which he delivered to me with great joy last week when, after 4 years, he was the one there when I needed help. I've seen this young man step up countless times, quietly and effectively, making this community better. He has encouraged, supported, defended, and eased the life of staff and students whenever he was able. In doing so, he's helped to ensure that his class and the classes to come will find a more welcoming city with excellent growth opportunities that his efforts have opened. In a class jam-packed with standout success stories, success is born not of luck, but of long hours of hard work. It is my opinion that Mr. Pink would be most proud of this year's recipient. I know I am. Put your hands together for Xavier Harshaw. Come on up, man.
The Pink Award can be seen at Davis as a plaque on the wall. Thank you, Mr. Rivera. At this time, I would like to invite Eldora Leverett, Major U.S. Army retired and President of the North Coast Chapter, Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated, to the stage.
That's me, okay. Building this school involves creating traditions. Being an aerospace and maritime school, our traditions are unique. From being initiated into school by kayaking, operating boats, or taking flight, to having our pep rallies for our robotics team and our Davis A&M Olympics. But all of the things we do at Davis are really designed to build character, to help you develop into the best adults you can be.
Our school is named after Benjamin O. Davis, Jr., a native Clevelander. Benjamin Davis graduated from CMSD schools, graduated from West Point, flew with the Tuskegee Airmen, and became the first African-American Air Force general. The U.S. Military Academy, West Point, has educated and forged U.S. military officers for over 200 years. In 1936, Benjamin Davis Jr. was only the fourth African-American West Point graduate. His 4 years at West Point were spent in social isolation and alone as the only black student on campus. He lived alone, ate meals with no social interaction, and was only spoken to if it was a military order. Nevertheless, Benjamin Davis Jr. overcame this social racism with perseverance and academic excellence by graduating 35th in his 276-member class. General Davis didn't attend West Point because he wanted to be recognized, but all history recognizes his academic excellence and persistence in silence.
Each year, we recognize one student who demonstrates these qualities with the Benjamin O. Davis Award of Excellence.
There she is.
There you go.
Isn't that Sydney?
No, she's late. We'll talk.
She's supposed to be up here with us. This student has been characterized as exemplifying the characteristics, principles, leadership skills, and forward thinking of General Benjamin O. Davis Jr., commander of the world-famed Tuskegee Airmen. Just as the Tuskegee Airmen had to overcome adversity in their determination to become, I'm sure the selected student has overcome her share of adversity as well and has worked hard to become the selectee.
This year's recipient graduated with high honor roll, is a leader amongst her peers, volunteered over 100 hours of community service, was in a lead position for our robotics team, participated in Argonaut programming all 4 years of her high school experience, participated in maritime and aviation internships, and is the only student to date to fly solely by instruments during her flight training.
This year's Benjamin O. Davis Award of Excellence is proudly presented to Carla Mercado Zarilla.
Step back.
Congratulations, Carla. Our final student speaker of the day is Ravion Patterson. Ravion was chosen by his peers and teachers to address his class today. Please give Ravion a warm welcome to the stage.
All right. I wrote a graduation poem, and my graduation poem is called Letter to the Seniors. Dear seniors, for 13 years, 156 months, and 2,343 days, we have worked hard to be where we are today. From the first time our little feet stepped into kindergarten until the first time we stepped foot into our high school building. Although we were nervous, a little frightened, and saddened about leaving middle school, We still walked in with smiles on our faces and with courage from our head to our toes. My 9th grade year, I walked in ready to graduate. I walked in with little fear and passionate about what was next. I walked in believing that I did not want friends and that I was over everything and ready to get my diploma and leave. But as time progressed, I met so many loving and caring people. People that I would have never thought I would be friends with have become family. Teachers that have showed so much love that they even showed up to events that were not school events. Davis Aerospace and Maritime has introduced many great people in our lives, such as Mr. Pink. Mr. Pink always pushed people to be great. He pushed them to be even better than their best, and even had courage while taking his last breath. He inspired many people, from the students to the staff to the people he met in general. I would like to take a moment to thank Mr. Pink for all he has done for the Davis community. While in Davis, we have been through ups and downs but still fought through. We have faced a pandemic, losses, and self-doubt, but we never gave up. So when you walk across this stage, walk with your head up, chest out, and feet planted. And remember that you can't be stopped. Remember that people love you. Remember that you have support. Remember that everything you do now is your choice. So don't be intimidated. Be aware. Be ready for what the future holds. And be certain that you will not make the same mistakes as you did in the past. Some of us are going to college, others are still deciding as to what is next. But as long as you are passionate and work hard, you can accomplish anything. So take a moment to thank every person that has helped you through this. Every teacher that has made a real connection with you. Look to the future and do not dwell on the past. You are strong. You are worth it. You can make it. You have showed up for people again and again and again, but now it's time to show up for yourself. It's time to push yourself. It's time for you to live your dream. So do not let things you cannot control you. And to my fellow classmates, I want to say, don't fold under pressure. Life will be filled with ups and downs, but never give up on yourself. This is not a goodbye. This is a hello. This is a hello to all the new opportunities you will come across in your next stage of life. This is a hello to new beginnings. This is a hello to yourself and learning who you are and what you are capable of. This is a hello to the young adults we have become. We have been through a lot over these past 4 years, and sometimes we are so indulged on the future we forget how far we have come that we never take a moment to be proud of ourselves for what we have accomplished and never give ourselves our flowers. Well, today is the day we look upon the past and congratulate ourselves for making it this far. So give yourself a pat on the back for every obstacle you have gone through to be here today. Now look at us. At the end of the beginning, we are all dressed up in our caps and our gowns, a little nervous but excited to see what's next, hoping that the bonds we have built with our fellow graduates will stay just as strong as the day we met. While thinking about what we will experience when we walk across the stage into the real world. Our parents and family are very happy for us, but also scared to let us go. But believe in yourself and you will be great. But with every end, there is a beginning. So congratulations, class of 2023, we made it.
Thank you, Ravian. At this time, I'd like to call John Wiedela back up to the stage to present the Legacy Award to Sydney Flowers.
Drew just said I had to give the whole speech again. On behalf of United Airlines and the 100,000 employees, I'd like to present you with this very distinguished award. I recognized all the accomplishments you've done and all the things that you're going to do in your life. So congratulations, and take this award as represented by me and by United Airlines. Thank you.
I would like to thank my alma mater for always being there for me, for the students that have always inspired me and who invoked me that I inspired them. I thank you all so very much, and keep going, you all. Just keep going. You all are made it so far, so keep going. Thank you all.
Our final speaker this afternoon is one of our senior crew advisors, Ms. Morrison. Please join me welcoming Ms. Morrison to the stage.
I see you. Ooh, good morning. Afternoon. Greetings, families, staff, and special guests. I have the privilege, that's not a bird, of speaking on behalf of the seniors advisors. So senior class, I now feel bad when we have to make you speak in front of people and it gives you all the anxiety. We teachers always tell you, guess what? You're gonna make presentations for the rest of your life. You're gonna speak for people for the rest of your life. But guess what? That's a gimmick, it's a scam. It's only Teacher 101 to help you feel better, because I'm so nervous right now today. But I'm with family. The bond and relationship we built over these last 4 years are extremely rare. We were all freshmen in 9th grade together. I was coming from a new school and had my expectations. Never would I have imagined the road we took here today. On March 13th, 2020, the world shut down. We all experienced fear, uncertainty, and a loss of direction. As a family, we pulled together, and I must say this class had the most participation for online learning. So now we can look back and laugh about how no video and no sound was your new way to cut class, so we could talk about that now. I had to grapple so much on how to get this speech right. I asked myself, what would Pink do? I went to the source and watched one of his videos. What resounded in me was to continue to chase your goals, live in your purpose, live life, and not just exist in life. Again, to live life and not just exist in life. You have to take those scary chances. And when things are uncomfortable, just know amazing change is on the way. I was heartbroken when I had to leave my last school before coming to Davis. Never would I imagine I would laugh so much, cry so much, grow, inspire, and find my purpose. And now I can finally stop existing and start living. My passion and purpose is you, the class of 2023. Whenever doubt tried to lie to me so many times, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not experienced. When you trust in your purpose, it will lead you to greatness, which is being with you today among greatness. Yes, y'all are great. Clap it up. Okay. We have so many future pilots, nurses, engineers, servicemen, and leaders. When you go on to live in your greatness, you're going to face so many difficulties. Many times in your field, you might be the only female in the room, the only person of color in your room. You might be the youngest in that room, but do not let that intimidate you. Our world is in need of change and all the magic that you have to offer. Now, parents, I need your help. Yes, we're still doing homework on the last day. This beautiful handout that everybody has with all these beautiful children, I need you to look for, if you can not, you can share, okay? So around this time, I kind of went through this with my own daughter. I went to help her with something, and she waved me off. She said, "No, Mommy, I got this, I got it." And I'm like, how does this little human who just learned to walk, talk, and potty tell me I got this? There was no fear, she has no fear, and confidence, and her confidence level was through the roof, which all these children had at this time. So I charged the class of 2023 to maintain that same confidence. As you go into the world, just maintain that same confidence. So audience and family, I'm going to need your help. So when I do this motion here, you're going to say, I got this. So let's practice. Let's try again. Yes. Now turn to your neighbor and say, turn to your other neighbor and say, yes. So Daniel, when you arrive at your first class for engineering and you feel nervous looking over the syllabus, remind yourself. Marcus, when you arrive at Kent State campus and you have your first calc exam, remind yourself. Hunter, when you go to Tri-C and continue to find that school-work balance, remind yourself. Eliza, when you begin your career and you have to help train others, tell yourself. Jashante, when you're driving your first major road across the country, remember to tell yourself. Salah, when you arrive at basic training for the Navy and you see the times you have to make, tell yourself. Devin, when you're studying for your first engineering exam and you feel doubt creeping up, tell yourself. Titus, when you have your grand opening for your restaurant, tell yourself. Herman, when you climb your first pole as an electrician to restore power after a storm, tell yourself. William, when you arrive on scene as a paramedic or firefighter and your adrenaline is running, remind yourself. Robert, when you get ready to leave for basic training and you push for greatness, remind yourself. Tyler, when you're going to start your career and offer a leadership position, remember. Tommy, nephew, when you start your own company and submit your LLC paperwork, tell yourself. Ronald, while you're at Kent State and prepping for your grand opening of your sneaker boutique, remind yourself. Litzy, Carla, Kayla K. When you two step foot on Ohio University campus and lead your first engineering project, remind yourself. Alyssa, when you have your first patient as a psychologist, tell yourself. Carlos, while attending Tri-C and you write your first novel and you encounter writer's block, remind yourself. Florin, when you're done moving into the Ohio State University, and OH, and mom and dad pull off and they wave goodbye, tell yourself. Ravion and Lewis, when you finish Bowling Green State University and you take your first, this is your captain speaking. I swear every captain does that. So when you take your first, remind yourself. Carmelo, Deisha, or Tess, when you arrive at the Ohio State University, OH, and have to lead your first team of engineering projects, remind yourself. Chano, when you're at the Air Force and traveling the world and you get your first promotion, remind yourself. Kroon, when you're on the Navy boat and you see waves taller than this building and you're promoted to leadership, remind yourself. LaRon, when you're at the Coast Guard keeping our borders safe and you have to come back to speak to Davis students, remind yourself. Ezekiel, when you complete basic training and you're placing your high-end ranking that you deserve in the military, remind yourself. Alana and Aviana, as you start your career in engineering and you want to establish a change in your field, remind yourselves. Hal, when you have your first coding presentation at Central State and you have to present, remind yourself. Imani, when you accept your first traveling nurse assignment and you have your first patient to deal with, remind yourself. Victoria, when you arrive at the beautiful campus of Harvey Mudd and have your first presentation you have to present for computer science, tell yourself. Now, Gabe, when you take your first, this is your captain speaking, and go on to greatness in your field and you come back to train our first Davis student to fly, remind yourself. Sharita. When you go on to your leadership and your promotions and you have to train your team, remind yourself. Canal, when you go on to start your own company, yes, and submit the last of your paperwork right on time, remind yourself. Javier, when you're promoted to general manager, or better yet, a regional manager, remind yourself, you're almost there, y'all, trust me. Sage Paul, when you have your major campaign of marketing to manage, remind yourself, Jesus and D'Angelo, when you arrive at Kent State and you have to study for your first final exam, remind yourself, Brandon, where he at, where he at? Oh, we see you. As you go into work and train your first crew and you have to lead them for success, remind yourself, Thomas, when you have to pour into your employees when they get on your last nerve, remind yourself that you got this. Oh, man, that sounds so good. Jermaine, when you have to speak up for yourself and advocate for what's right while you're in your work field, remind yourself, Davon, as you go on to work and push your team to success and you have to lead them in the right way and make tough decisions, remind yourself, Xavier Deal, as you start your trade school and begin your first apprenticeship, remind yourself, Gordon, when you are the lead captain of your first international flight, tell yourself, shh, this kid right here, not gonna do it. Harshaw, you already saved one life already. As you continue to go on as an EMT, either as in an ambulance or by boat, tell yourself, and Profe, my sister in crime, as you start your new journey, and once you feel the love and flutters and everything you know that's going on, remind yourself, and when your principal gives you the honor to speak at graduation, you have to shake all the doubt and fear. I pray I touched someone and made an impact in this moment. Ms. Morrison, I love y'all, class of 2023. Continue to live in your purpose. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Morrison, and to all of our speakers today. Now it is time to certify the graduates. Graduates will also receive a certificate from CMSD to pick up a free laptop from PCs for People to take with them into their digital journey beyond high school. Seniors, this is the moment you've been waiting for. I would like to call up board member Denise Link to certify the graduates. Curriculum and Instruction Specialist Michelle Rothbaum will then call the names of the graduates to receive their diplomas.
Thank you. Principal Jones, class advisors, and faculty, do you attest to the fact that these students here have satisfactorily completed the requisite course of study prescribed by the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, the Board of Education of the Cleveland, the Board of Education of the state of Ohio, and the Ohio Department of Education?
I certify that all the students on this stage this afternoon have met all educational requirements of the state of Ohio and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District and have passed all of the required parts of the Ohio graduation and the Ohio State tests. These students are now ready to receive their diplomas.
Then, on behalf of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District Board of Education, I have the high honor to bestow upon you, the members of the Davis A&M 2023 graduating class, your high school diplomas, along with all rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
It is with great pleasure that I now present to you the graduating class of 2023. Please come up to the stage when your name is called by Ms. Rothbaum to receive your diploma. Senior advisors, please join us at the side of the stage.
Hunter Andrews. Ronald Avalos. Eliza Ayala Diaz. Litsi Baez. Alyssa Banal. Chano Bolding. Herman Bowman. Devin Carrington. Carlos Corzo. Anthony Kroom. Tejpal Dabideen. Xavier Deal. Luis De Jesus. D'Angelo Demore. Daniel Figueroa. Kanail Figueroa. Florin Gargarita. Robert Gilliam. Tommy Gorey. Imani Gorman. Jermaine Graham. Xavier Harshaw. Hal Johnson. Titus Jones. Brandon Lawson. Gabriel Leonard. Ortez Littlejohn. Davon Marks. Carla Mercado Zorrilla. Salahuddin Mohammed Buna. Tyler Moore. Alana Ortiz. Ravion Patterson. Jashante Price. LaRon Rogers. Gordon Roa. Jesus Ruiz. Aviana Serrano. Ezekiel Shaw. Deisha Shepard. Marcus Simmons. Carmelo Smith. Sharita Smith. Thomas Stover. Victoria Telez. Javier Bells. And William Whalen.
On behalf of the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Mayor Justin Bibb, and Chief Executive Officer Eric S. Gordon, I wish to congratulate the men and women of the Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School class of 2023, their parents and families. Congratulations, graduates.
Now this is the final part of the ceremony. At this time, I would like to ask the seniors to stand for the graduate's oath and to remain standing for the turning of the tassels, led by Carla Corey, Senior Advisor. Graduates, please repeat after me. I hereby pledge to cherish the traditions of Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School, to strive to fulfill my individual potential, and to improve the lives of the members of my community. Profe, please join me for turning of the tassels.
The tassel is worn on the right side of the mortarboard as a symbol of change. I hereby declare Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School, class of 2023, to be graduates of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. You may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboards as a sign of your alumni of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District.
Now I'll say this twice, first in Spanish, then in English. Primera vez en español y entonces en inglés. Por el poder que me ha otorgado el Estado de Ohio y el Distrito Escolar Metropolitano de Cleveland, ahora los declaro graduados de la Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School. By the power vested in me by the state of Ohio and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, I now declare you graduates of Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School. Please allow me to thank Senior Advisor Ms. Carla Corey, the 12th grade advisors, Tim Hatfield, Program Manager at Argonaut, the Argonaut team, and all the Davis staff who helped organize this afternoon's beautiful ceremony. And of course, we are so thrilled with the support from United Airlines for allowing us to celebrate in this exciting venue. Guests, I will ask you to remain at your seats for the recessional. Graduates, please exit and wait for the surprise behind these hangar doors. Thank you again for being here, and congratulations to all.